What up YouTube kids, Prime back at you with another video. This time I'm doing another WWE video, but something a bit different. For the past few years since I've started doing WWE videos on my channel, I've done it basically where I've given my predictions. Never until now have I given my reaction to what happened afterward. Hoping this will be the first, and I might do this for other pay-per-views that I see fit, but definitely last night is one of them. As many of us are aware, last night was the Royal Rumble, the 28th annual Royal Rumble. And for those of you guys who don't know or have never seen the Royal Rumble, which you aren't a WWE fan unless you experience at least once, the Royal Rumble is essentially the first stop on the road to WrestleMania. It pretty much sets up the main event, or the first part of it. The main thing heading in is the big 30-man match, where 30 men enter, one walks out, and under normal circumstances, until last year, the winner of the Royal Rumble would receive a title match for either the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. Since its unification at the end of 2013, it is just one match for one title shot. So, and it's definitely taken controversy. Last year, Batista won it. He went on to face Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan in the main event and ended up losing. And then last night's was definitely... Actually, let me get on to the other big main event of last night, which was a triple threat match. Brock Lesnar, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, versus Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins versus John Cena. It was originally supposed to be just John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. That match was made very clear at Hell in a Cell back in October. However, after John Cena reinstated the Authority sometime on the last Raw of 2014, a week later, the Authority would reward Seth Rollins by inserting him into the triple threat match, which gave him 2 ways to win the world title, which I think honestly is bullshit. They should not have let him enter that match unless he cashed in the contract. I mean, you can't have it both ways. I mean, anyone who's already held a title, think about Money in the Bank in 2013. The Intercontinental Champion and U.S. Champion both entered that match for a contract. Both of them ended up losing. You can't have it both ways, okay? So, I think if you want Seth Rollins to enter that match, he should have cashed in his Money in the Bank. That's the only way it seems fair. And they're kind of screwing us fans over by doing that, by breaking such a huge, huge rule. I kind of knew Seth Rollins wasn't going to win. I mean, I didn't want Seth Rollins to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and to rephrase Vince McMahon from 2013, I wanted John Cena to be champion even less. I mean, yeah, I'm a Cena fan, but honestly, 15-time champion, I mean, enough is enough. Let someone else hold the gold for once. Let Brock Lesnar soak in the glory for a little bit longer before you take the title away from him, which is probably going to be at WrestleMania 31, because after he defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania, which to this day still haunts me, it is pretty imminent that there will be a huge, disappointing defeat for Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. If it's not for the title, it'll definitely be some other huge defeat, but either way, he's set up for a big loss, and this is it. The Royal Rumble certainly had a lot of us surprised, especially with a couple of its entrances. I mean, with some of its surprise Hall of Fame legend entrants who entered. I mean, the Boogeyman, DDP, Bubba Ray, just legends that come out of nowhere. We haven't heard from in months, maybe years, and they come out of nowhere to enter this match. I mean, you not say more? And there were some interesting contenders in the match. I mean, Rusev, The Big Show is always a wild card. Ryback, Big E Langston. But the one I think everyone really wanted to win was Daniel Bryan, especially after his victory with last year's WrestleMania and having the title unexpectedly taken away from him after his injury at Extreme Rules. I mean, after that unintended fiasco, we kind of think he was overdue for some redemption, especially after entering at number 10, a third of the way through the tier, but just to be eliminated by Bray Wyatt. Or whoever eliminated, I can't remember. I mean, literally, just to make up for Raw not being able to happen tonight, They replayed the main events on USA scot-free. Literally, the entire matches in their continuity, with a couple breaks in between for commercials. I mean, if I had known that I was going to be able to watch this for free, I would have skipped last night. I would have done something else, but it doesn't matter. There's been a lot of things going around about Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. A few people are really happy, but a ton of people hate him for it. They're pissed. Not even The Rock could turn the crowd in. Not even The Rock could help turn the audience's mind for Roman Reigns instead of against it. But I actually, when I was watching the replay on USA, there were actually a couple of cheers for Roman Reigns after he eliminated Rusev. There weren't many, but there were a few. And I didn't go into work today because today was my day off, but I got a text message from one of my coworkers, who's also a big wrestling fan, and he'd asked me, "Dude, what did you think about Roman Reigns winning the Rumble last night?" And I'll be honest, I believe in Roman Reigns. I think he's a very young gun athlete. He has potential, he's got the stamina, and he's got the fan base. I mean, he's got what gets the audience behind him. And just because Daniel Bryan doesn't win it, they get pissed that someone else does. I mean, this is basically last year, but backwards. Roman Reigns didn't win last year, so when Batista wins, they get pissed at him. I mean, you can't blame them for what happens. It is what it is. Personally, I'm excited for that big match. I'm looking forward to seeing Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I've been looking forward to that since Brock Lesnar beat Seth Rollins and John Cena. I've been looking forward to that since The Shield disbanded, since that match at Battleground last year. I've been looking forward to seeing Roman Reigns getting a one-on-one title shot. I didn't care who it was against. I didn't care if it was John Cena. I didn't care if it was Seth Rollins. Randy Orton? I could care less. But Roman Reigns finally getting a one-on-one championship match, I mean, that's something he's gonna go down in the history books for. And think about it, he comes from a long line of wrestling history. The Rock, Rikishi, the Usos, they're blood family. That's not just something that's for television. They're legitimately family members. Something that not many people know about. But I'm probably one of the few people here on YouTube who is excited to see Roman Reigns take on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. I'm paying $10 a month for my WWE Network subscription. I'm getting my money's worth. I mean, yeah, bringing back the Authority was bullshit. I mean, we were doing fine without them, but if it means seeing Sting kick Triple H's ass in the main event because of what could happen to their confrontation at Fastlane, I mean, that's it, I guess. I really don't know how to finish that sentence. But that's what I have to say about last night's Royal Rumble. The rest is up to you. What did you think about the Royal Rumble? What do you think about Roman Reigns winning? What do you think about Brock Lesnar defending the title? What do you guys think? What do you have to say? How do you weigh in on the Royal Rumble? Let me know. I guess that's it.